Welcome back to another stimulus check update. In today's video, I want to give you a stimulus check update for the first stimulus check. I want to give you a second stimulus check update, as long as kind of a little bit of a timeline. And I also want to give you a brief stimulus package update for June 1st, 2020. So happy June, everybody. Today, I actually wasn't going to address the stimulus checks, but I wanted to do that for one main reason. And that is actually two main reasons. The Senate is now back in session. They're back to work. They're off their little vacation, or so-called vacation like they said. And I also want to address how I believe these riots across the United States are going to affect the Senate's decisions. Now, if you know anybody that has been affected by this pandemic, by the riots, by anything that has gone on, and they need to make some more money, all I want you to do, make sure you click that thumbs up button because it just helps out the video, and also share this video on Facebook to your friends and family to actually help them out. Now, what's happening with the first stimulus check? What's everybody waiting for? Because over the weekend, I got a lot of comments on some of my videos, and I got some emails from people saying, hey, I still haven't received my first stimulus check. Why not? What's going on? And here's what you need to know. Okay? There are a lot of stimulus checks that have been sent out recently. And based on what the IRS said on their website, it's directly from their website, the checks that have been mailed out or the debit cards that have been sent out, these could take 2 weeks to possibly 4 weeks to actually arrive. And I know what you're thinking. Are you kidding me? 2 to 4 weeks in the mail when I need my money now? Yeah, that's huge. That's a huge problem. And this is also one of the reasons why I feel that the riots that are going on right now are not going to affect the first stimulus checks, first round. That's not going to really happen because most people have received those. I believe it will affect the second round of stimulus. And here's the reason why. Okay? If people were working, if people had money, now, I understand, what they're rioting for. I understand what the protests are for. I'm not going to make this video about that. Okay? That would be another separate topic. Now, the reason why a lot of people are looting, okay? Some people just do it for the sake of looting, to get free stuff. Other people do it to survive. They don't have money. Today is June 1st. On June 4th, I believe it's midnight June 4th or somewhere right around there, people can start getting eviction notices. People are trying to survive, so the Senate, the government, needs to step up and do something. They need to give people more money. People are doing this because they have nothing else to do. If they had something else to do, somewhere else to go, do you think they'd be throwing rocks into buildings? No. Not that many people would. Would some people? Yes, they would, but that's not what's going on here. People need money. So here's why I believe the Senate is going to do something a little bit quicker, because Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has stated multiple times they are not going to pick up the HEROES Act. They're not going to look over the bill. They will not negotiate until the end of June. I think that has to change, and that's probably going to be discussed today, if not tomorrow, where, hey, we can't wait a month. People need their money now. So if this actually does happen and the Senate comes together, the Democrats, the Republicans are like, hey, we got to do something. Hey, there's chaos all over the country. And there is. It doesn't, you turn on the news, it's riots here, riots there. People are looting here, people are looting there. There's still deaths happening. But what's going to happen? Okay, you gotta remember, the first stimulus check, and we're up to what, 3.5 right now, stimulus packages that have been passed. What you need to understand is that when people are out and about protesting, with mask or without, they're all coming together. And what that's gonna do is create more cases. This pandemic is not going away. There will be a second wave. Mark my word, I guarantee you, there is a second wave coming. And all these protests, whether it's safe or not, whether it's non-violent or violent, what this is going to do is there's going to be more cases spread about. This virus is not going away anytime soon, and this is only going to make it worse. So because of that, again, this does not reflect my take on what's happening in the protests. Okay, what I want to address is the fact that the Senate has to do something now. It's now or never. It's do or die. Because if they don't do something now, more people will eventually die. Okay? Because of the pandemic, not because of protests, not because of riots, anything like that. Because of the pandemic. So the Senate needs to step up. The government needs to step in and do something. Give people more money. Give them an opportunity to go back to work and an incentive to actually work. Okay, maybe they're going to give people extra unemployment for a little bit longer than just July 31st. If you don't know what I'm talking about the PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. It's an additional $600 per week up until July 31st. So I think that's something that might need to be discussed again. Maybe not additional $600, but maybe something a little bit closer to it. Maybe $300-$400 additionally per week would be a great starting point. Maybe it's a negotiation they can do, right? And so that's something that I feel is huge. Now, one thing that most people aren't looking at right now is what else could they do to make money? It's, I can't go back to work. I can't do what I normally did. And nobody's looking at, well, if I can't do that, if I can't go back to my receptionist job or go back to being a bartender, what could I do? What is out there that I could do, that I could use my own skills and actually create an income for myself and my family? What could I do? Well, this is what you need to understand. There's a lot of jobs that people used to have that they will not have anymore. The companies are going under. Okay, the businesses are no longer going to be there. The amount of workers that used to be at that establishment will not be needed because the customers are not coming back in busloads like they were. They're going to be coming 50%, 25%, 10% of the people that used to come to that business will now be coming back. So they don't need 50 people running the restaurant when they only have 40 people actually attending. So you need to keep that in mind, is that just because you had a job and you're on unemployment, you're getting money, doesn't mean your job is still going to be there. So because of that, you need to go look for an additional line of work. This is why I recommend you go and watch some of my other videos here on this channel. I give you hundreds of different ways to make money from home using the power of the internet. And I'm going to link to a bunch of those videos down in the description box below. So make sure you go and check those out if you're looking for any way to make money right now. Now, I know I got off on a little bit of a tangent, a little bit off topic. However, I thought that was very important to discuss why I believe these riots are going to affect the pandemic. It's going to increase numbers, which means the Senate is going to have to act fast. It's do or die time. It's now or never. But let's address the stimulus package, okay? The whole package, the HEROES Act. Here's what you need to know. What a lot of people believe, especially when it comes to the Democrats and the Republicans, okay, there's people on both sides that believe this, that the essential workers package, where essential workers such as doctors, nurses, people that worked in the grocery stores, that were essential to keeping the economy afloat, keeping people healthy, what a lot of people believe is that that package that was going to give people, a certain bonus just for working, that's going to be just completely wiped away. They don't need it. Okay? They were getting paid to work. That was their job. They don't need a bonus on top of that. Now, whether that's good or bad, whether you like that or you don't, that's what most people believe. I do believe that one I think it would have been great to reward the people that were working, but at the same time, I think it's one that a lot of Democrats and Republicans just don't think it's worth it right now. They think it's better to entice people to go back to work as opposed to give people that were working a bonus and leave out the people that are not working right now. So that's the first thing I want to address when it comes to the stimulus package update. As far as unemployment benefits, and this is a big thing as well, is will unemployment benefits be extended? What you need to know is that you still receive your state unemployment. That's not going away July 31st. That's still going to be there. You'll get your full unemployment benefit. However, the additional $600, that PUA, that Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, That program, that expires, that goes away July 31st. So because of that, will unemployment continue? Yes, unemployment in the general sense will continue. Do I feel that the Democrats are going to push for more unemployment benefits in addition to the unemployment that they get currently? I do think they're going to push for that. There's going to be a lot of give and take in that aspect. Do I think a second stimulus check will come about? I think it has less likely. It's less likely for a second $1,200 stimulus check to actually come to fruition, but it could. I think what's going to happen is the Republicans are going to ask the Democrats, hey, this is where we're at. We're strong on this. We need to entice people to get back to work. So that means no unemployment. So that means, or no additional unemployment. So that means you have to come in, maybe for the Democrat side, with an additional $1,000 stimulus check because people need their money. People are going to be evicted very soon. They're going to get eviction notices. People are going to be evicted probably by the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, within a month from now, which you need money. They need to get caught up on their bills. And only the Senate can really help them with that right now. And the last thing, the back to work bonus, that $450 per week or $1,800 per month bonus. Do I think that is something that is very likely? I do. I think that's a very likely scenario. But here's the problem with that. If they do a back to work bonus, I don't think they'll do a stimulus check, a second stimulus check, an additional $1,200 stimulus check. I don't think they'll do that. Do I think it would be great for many Americans? I do. I honestly do. I think a lot of people need it. A lot of people are back on their bills. They can't pay them. Most people cannot afford to even put food on the table right now. Okay? And in addition to that, they're back on their rent. They're back on their mortgages. They're behind. And what's going to happen in less than 5 days, in 4 days, people are going to start to see eviction notices. Whether they move out or not, who knows? But I can tell you right now, as a property owner, okay, that this is a huge problem. Okay? I don't want to evict anybody. At the same time, you got to understand that these property owners, they have to pay a mortgage on the property in most cases. So in that sense, these property owners, they have their hands tied. They can't do anything. They need that property to make some money. Okay? So with that said, do whatever you can right now. Work out an agreement. If you are behind on your mortgage, you're behind on your rent, work out an agreement. Make sure you do not get that eviction notice. Do whatever you can. Talk with your landlord. Make sure they know, hey, I do plan on paying. I'm just not working right now. This is what I need to do. Please give me more time. And if you got a good landlord, you got somebody that's understanding with what's going on within the world right now, within the economy, they will give you more time. Now, here is the bad news when it comes to the second stimulus check, is that even if the Senate decides we're going to wait a couple weeks, now I think they're going to at least wait a couple weeks before we see something, before we see real negotiations. But let's say they wait a couple weeks. That puts us into June 15th, right? So June 15th, we get a decision. They say, yeah, let's go for it. And they get something approved. Well, they're going to make some changes. And any change, one little change that they make to the HEROES Act, that bill, has to be sent back to the House to be reapproved, okay? To be voted on again. So, with that said, the earliest that I see it even being approved would be like the 16th or maybe 17th of June. With that said, that's going to push any time, if we were to see a second stimulus check, that's going to push that into July. Like the first week of July, maybe second week of July. So, do I see something happening soon? No, I don't. But do I see something happening? Yes, I think something will happen. I think a second stimulus package will get passed. I don't know what's going to be in it, but what I do know right now is that you cannot rely on the U.S. government for help. They're beyond help. Okay? They need a lot of work within themselves before they can really help everybody else. And it looks like they don't care about helping the American people, right? So that's just comes, if you are mad, if you're frustrated with what's going on right now, you need to change it. You need to make a change. And that change only comes in November when we can vote. All right? So make sure your vote is counted, your vote is heard come November. The last thing that I want to say, the last thing I want to address, and again, if you haven't already shared this video with your friends and family over on Facebook, please do that now. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, do that as well. And the last thing I want to share, and the reason why I really want you to share this video, is because if you need help making money, okay, that's what I do. I'm not a stimulus check expert in no way. What I do is I teach people how to make money from home using the power of the internet. You can watch a bunch of my videos here on the Homemade Entrepreneur channel. I have over 1,200 videos here on this channel that teach you how to make money. So if you have any questions on that, you can comment down below and let me know, hey, I sent you an email. And then send me an email to homemade-entrepreneur@gmail.com and I'll help you there. I will walk you through certain steps, different processes to make money online. So again, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully this answered your questions on the first stimulus check, the second stimulus check update, and also that little brief stimulus package update. All right? But if you have any questions whatsoever, you can always ask your questions down in the comment section below. Like I said, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.